You are now tuned in to the Public Enemies, aka the Spark Foundation, aka Black DX, aka the Authors of Paid in Full, aka Undisputed Era Force Ones, aka the High Conics.
Oh my God, did the House of Black just get me? Did the House of Black just get me? We'll talk about that later. Yo, hope everybody's doing well. Salute everybody in the chat. My guys are here. We're here. Episode 250. Here to do something special. We've got a guest with us. Everybody in the chat, salute to the frenemies. Y'all already know what it is. Let's go ahead and salute to everybody watching, to everybody listening, and of course, Flex Bomb. Ladies and gentlemen, people with jobs, people without jobs, middle class, upper class, high class, all that, cats, snakes, chickens, ducks, elderly people, and twerkers, we present to you another episode of the Public Enemy Podcast. This is episode 250 of Pro Wrestling's Breakfast Club. Of course, I go by the name, oh my God, Graham. Jizzle's here. I don't know what he's drinking. How are you, sir? You good?
Man, yeah, you know, we this is a special day, episode 250. Drinking saying this ginger ale, my stomach was hurting, and it matches my outfit because we have a special guest. Feel me? So
gang, coordination. Salute to John Witherspoon. Ginger ale is medicine if you're black. Salute to Ben, the son of Mars, the former Public Enemy #1.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
Why you got the former in there? You already know what happened like last Sunday.
All right.
You know, my heart's broken.
About that.
You're just going to throw the former in on top of that. Yeah, I'm good.
Well, hopefully this will make you feel a little bit better. You actually made this happen, so salute to you. We appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, special guest, our guest, here with us, live and direct. Hey, you might know him from his days at TMZ. If you old like me, pro wrestling fans, y'all know him as the founder and the host of Pro Wrestling Sheet. Hey, these days, he's running around doing his thing, going crazy. Fox Sports analyst, currently hosting Out of Character. Ryan Satin is in the building. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me. Appreciate that intro. It made me feel real accomplished. I like it. I like it.
Listen, you've done a lot, man. Salute to you. You definitely deserve it. I got to stop the applause. I don't mean to cut that off, but you know what I'm saying? Definitely salute to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, I've had a pretty bad couple last few weeks, so I'm glad to be here chatting with you guys about wrestling today.
Listen. We appreciate you making the time. Of course, I maybe overcompensated a little bit with the intro because currently you have me blocked on Twitter. I just want to go ahead and let you know that right now. And I wanted to address that right out of the gate. And then we can go ahead and get started on our topics here this week.
Okay, wait. What did you say to me? Because I block a lot of people. Usually I only block when I feel like there was an insult thrown my way. And then I'm like, I'm over this. And I'll block. So what was this about?
It was a harmless little back and forth. It was literally just 2 to 3 tweets. If I recall correctly, it was something in regards to like an Edge return or something like that. And like you were excited about it, or it had something to do with Edge. And I quote tweeted it and I said, "Oh, this guy's a freaking nerd." And so you responded in so many words. I didn't say freaking, but I said this guy's a nerd. And so you responded to me and you called me a dork, right? And then so I tried to respond to it. I think that they're deleted. I tried to pull it up. I was trying to find them. Listen, I was going to screenshot it. I was going to pull it up and put it on the SummerSlam screen and everything. But you called me a dork, right? And I was like, man, come on. I was like, well, I called him a nerd anyways. So I tried to hit you with the get back, right? I was like, all right, round 3, let's go, right? And so I went to tweet you back and it was like, you can no longer tweet this person. And I was like, he hit the button.
Damn, just from dork and nerd? I was probably in a bad mood that day. Let's see. That's not true. That's not true. I'm not even gonna lie. I block a lot of people. I'll just get that out of the way right off the bat. You guys don't know. I don't know, man. Like, you guys get a lot of tweets. Your tweets go viral a lot, and you get
a lot of hate too, bro.
But and sometimes, but like, it's like a faceless account, like you get hate, but like it's like, it's kind of different when like you're getting hate all the time, every day for just like enjoying something that you are paid to enjoy too. So it's like, well, why would I not like this? I'm making money from watching this. Like, why is this guy trying to rain on my parade over here? You know? And so I think that ends up being what I go with. Like I said, if there was some sort of insult, that's it. I'm like, nope, F this guy. I'm like, nope, out. I'm out. But I'm unblocking you now. I'm unblocking you now. You've got your second chance.
That's funny. I appreciate that, man. We'll go ahead and get it cracking, man. We'll go ahead and get it started because listen. Jumping right into the conversation because there's somebody on the WWE roster that the fans believe deserves.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry, Phil.
Yeah,
I do have you blocked, Phil, and that's because you've talked a lot of shit. So don't come in here being like, oh, why is he having Ryan blocked you 1.2? Yeah, it's because you talk shit, dude.
It feels my guy, man.
I know, no, he's not an anonymous face in there. I know who that is. I'm very familiar with him. Blocked for a reason. Talk too much shit.
Yo, let's go ahead and get into it, man. We got that out of the way. Unblocking spree, blocking spree conversations done. Everything's taken care of. We're good. All right. As long as Ryan's got me unblocked, I'm cool.
You're unblocked. I just undid it. I just unblocked. You're free.
Yeah. Let's get it. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get into the conversation. Elimination Chamber was just this past weekend. I'm sure you watched the event. Hopefully you enjoyed it. A lot of people did. Some people didn't. Not so much. Well, I guess in regards to the ending. So that's really what we want to talk to you about here today. How did you feel about Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn, the main event in Montreal, and the coming out of that, like the atmosphere? Do you think that Roman winning was the right choice? Or how do you, like, what would, like, just encapsulate all of your feelings of that main event for me, and we'll go from there.
So, it's frustrating because, like, this moment that we came to at Elimination Chamber, if it had come at any other time in the year, I would have 100% said, like, give Sami Zayn the title, just do it. Give him the title. That's the moment, much like everyone else was saying. And that's with me knowing that, like, the momentum he had going into that was just, like, white hot momentum, dude. Like, I watched each segment because I had to watch them after, and I watched each one as each one was building, the Cody one, the one by himself. The momentum was just so crazy that was in his favor, and it was so good. But I just, like, the wrestling purist in me who just like pure on just what I think in terms of WWE is, like, overall year-to-year stories is, like, WrestleMania is where that happens. Like, WrestleMania is right around the corner, and if you give the title to Sami Zayn in Elimination Chamber, it effectively deflates the entire WrestleMania event. Like, we all, I think, know he's going to lose it finally. Roman Reigns is finally going to lose the title at WrestleMania, and it's been this 900 days long thing that has, been building and building and building. And as much as I think that Sami Zayn could be the guy, I think that, like, the person who ultimately dethrones Roman Reigns has to be the person that the company considers to be someone who's going to carry that company on their back in the same way that Roman Reigns did. And whether the fans think Sami Zayn is that guy or not, I think we all know that, like, Cody Rhodes has that ability to do that. And so as much as it hurt, as much as it was a bummer to watch Sami Zayn lose in his hometown, to see everyone sad, to see what was going on, I do think it was ultimately the right decision. I do think that it was the right choice, as the graphic so perfectly came up at that time. I do think it was the right choice because here's what I think about it. Wrestling is ultimately scripted, and people keep saying you can't recreate that moment again. You can't make Sami Zayn that hot again. And I say that's total BS. That's total BS. You can get back to this same moment when Sami Zayn wants to win, of giving Sami Zayn the title in a few months from now. Once they're split apart, there's you can get there again. It's all scripted. These are the greatest minds in wrestling that are writing this, that are working on this, that are doing this, and it's in different creative hands than it was a year ago. It's not the same person who's booking the shows, and the person who is booking the shows does care about these things. So I ultimately long-winded answer there. I do think it was the right decision. I think that it played out perfectly because Sami Zayn still came out of it looking like he deserves another chance. He still came out of it looking like he almost beat Roman Reigns. I mean, my mom, I was watching with my mom, who does not watch wrestling. She has not watched wrestling since the Attitude Era with me as a kid, but she happened to be at my house over the weekend. And even she got that from watching. She was like, well, if they don't put him in the main event of WrestleMania, this guy, and this was after I explained the whole story to her, she was like, if they don't put him in the main event of WrestleMania, he at least has another out where, you know, he can say he pinned the champion and then he gets a title shot down the line, right? And I was like, yes, exactly. So that's why I think it was ultimately the right choice, because whoever beats Roman Reigns has a huge responsibility on their shoulders. And I think that person's Cody Rhodes.
We, of course, gave our opinions on our Elimination Chamber Aftermath post show.
Am I totally off from you guys here?
No.
Okay.
Well, not for me. I definitely agree with that. Ben, what do you think?
Yeah, like after like having like going back re-examining and everything like that, like we said there, this wasn't his story. Sammy was never trying to get the title from Roman. He just wanted to hurt Roman because Roman hurt him and embarrassed him at the Royal Rumble. The title wasn't the main objective. The main objective was like the title was the means to an end. He knows like, yo, if I take the title from Roman, I'm taking the one thing that he cares the most about. But, you know, after the match, he got like he got to attack Roman, got to, you know, return some of that embarrassment. So now it's like moving on to, you know, the storyline with Kevin Owens and taking down the Bloodline. So it was 100% like right call having him not win right now.
Chisel, and then we'll move forward.
I liked how it all progressed. You know what I'm saying? Like how the whole story kind of like, you know what I mean? Because it just kept getting better and better and better. It reminded me of added Urkel on Family Matters. And then sometimes you got to break it back down to reality. You know what I mean? So now you got a whole nother story to go with the story. Like I like what Ryan said about splitting up the belts. Like when they split the belts up, then it's really going to be cooking. You know what I mean? Like when the belts get split up, we're going to be cooking with fire. And then there's going to be time to rock. So yeah, he's definitely gonna have a good out. I like the way the story went because Cody, listen, man, you see all that pyro they got for Cody?
I got a point for that for sure.
WrestleMania, son. So
So speaking of WrestleMania, of course, it does seem like going forward, as we assumed, they're pivoting here. Sammy mentioned on Raw, he doesn't feel like around here the story is never over, quote unquote, right? Had that conversation with KO, apologized, showed that, you know, he was sorry. KO didn't quite return the favor. Seems as if we're going to get a little bit more build out and lead towards possibly the Usos and KO and Sammy. Ryan, does this interest you? Do you think that this is good enough? Is this like a consolation piece for Sammy? Is it just something to be like here, you know, or do you think that this is a good enough end to his story, or at least his piece of this story?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a continuation of it. So I think I truly believe this was the plan all along. I think the Usi stuff getting over just kind of took us on a detour that really made it more popular than they had ever intended it to be at this point. But I do think that was the plan this whole time, because when Triple H first took over creative, Kevin Owens was immediately starting to call out Roman Reigns, and then the storyline started, but it was kind of like the ball was slowly rolling. Yes. Then the Uzi stuff got over, and it felt like it came to a halt, and they just let the bloodline stuff build and build until they wanted to get to Royal Rumble. And now towards this tag team match. So I do believe this was the plan all along. And I think initially everyone assumed in Montreal they were going to have the big moment where they hug each other and they make they make friends again and they go for the tag team titles. But drawing it out and making us wait for that moment to happen is going to be their story leading up to WrestleMania. And because everything's been so good with Sami Zayn these past few weeks or months or whatever, I have faith that the story is only going to continue to build within this tag team title feud. So I'm just really interested in how Jey Uso plays into all of this, because if it is the Usos versus Sami and Kevin, how do they get there? Jey Uso seems to be on Sami's side.
Yeah, I don't know. Ben, either of you want to say anything before I go?
I really appreciate the realism of this story, like them coming back to it, and then Kevin Owens just like, no, I'm not gonna join up with you. Like, yo, you were just like beating the hell out of me for the past however many months. Like, do you think that I forgot about that now because like you couldn't pull the trigger on me at Royal Rumble? You're acting like that was a service to me. It's like, no, you didn't have the guts to do it. So now I came back and helped because I didn't want your family to see that. Like, no, we're not going to be buddies. I'm done with you. Just like I said, I was done with you back then. That's the realest, like the realism right there. Like if this happened in real life, you would react the same way. If someone was like watching you get beat down, you would be like, no, I'm not going to help you. Like I'm out of here. Like, I really appreciated that.
I also think it's nice that because I think one of the things people say about Kevin Owens' character is that he's the only guy on WWE TV who seems to remember everything that happened on WWE TV and watches it when he's not there, so he knows what happened throughout the show. Like, he's the only one that has DVR. And I think that it plays into that where he's like, no, like, we just were beating you. You just low-blowed me like a couple of weeks ago, bro. Like, we're not cool right now.
I love it. So that seemingly, of course, is where they're going with the tag team titles, Usos, Sami, Kevin. But Roman, of course, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes is not Sami Zayn. I don't feel like this is a situation to whereas we had back in, I think it was 2014 with Daniel Bryan and Batista and that whole thing, WrestleMania 30. But I feel like as we inch closer, people are starting to get more and more like, well, it should have been this guy and da-da-da-da-da. So my question to you, Ryan, and then we'll go to Jizzle. Did we lose him?
No, we're here. Sorry, my camera goes out every like 30 minutes.
You're good. I think mine is like glitching out. I'm gonna fix it in just a second. So, So my question to you is, and then I'll shoot to Jizzle. You can go after. In regards to Cody Rhodes, can he keep this momentum that he has right now and continue to get these good pops, or like, are we gonna run into a situation where he's gonna start to get the boos? Because so far, so good. But I don't know. Is the online pocket is kind of the online pocket in this situation? What do you think?
Yeah, see, I think with Daniel Bryan, I think the difference here is I think that people want the online contingent wants this to be a Daniel Bryan situation. They want to kind of repeat that again for Sami Zayn because we all love Sami Zayn, and also, you know, two indie guys who did, you know, worked all the way from the bottom to the top. They want them to have that big moment. But I think the big difference here is that the reason people were pushing back with Daniel Bryan was because there was a part-timer coming in to kind of take that spot from them. And at that time, we were like, no, we were really into the guys that are on TV right now. We want the spotlight on these guys. And that's where all that came from, right? And we put all of that into getting Daniel Bryan into the main event of WrestleMania. I think the difference here is the other guy in this situation is a person that we also wanted to be in that spot. I think a majority of people were excited to have Cody Rhodes be the one to ultimately dethrone Roman Reigns. We've been waiting for it since he first came back at WrestleMania. It was like, there was the question. Everyone had the question. Is there anyone on the roster who could believably beat Roman Reigns? And it was always like, I don't know if there is someone that's there yet, but Cody is that person. So I think that because of that, I think that, I don't think it's the same issue. And I think that people, especially the non-internet audience, are firmly behind Cody Rhodes. The people who are just watching TV, that aren't reading the wrestling websites, that aren't debating, watching shows like this. I think the people just are loyal viewers who go in person. They want Cody Rhodes to win the title from Roman Reigns. And so that's where I think the big difference between the two is. So I don't think Cody's going to have a problem.
I think that he's the star, man. Like this is what he is the star. You know what I mean? He is the shining hope when there was no hope. He's the light at the end of the tunnel. He is the this is what we want. You know what I mean? Like you want somebody to, because this is not about beating Roman Reigns. It's about being big, just as big as Roman Reigns. Like, okay, yeah, I can look you eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got a fan too. Yeah, I got this and that too. Like everything it feels real even with that. Like, yo, man, I carried a whole company that shall not be named on my back before I came over here to fight you. And no, so yeah, we're coming over here to make some history. I think, you know what I mean, from that Paul Heyman thing, you know what I mean? We had on that unnecessary neck brace. I don't know why he had a neck brace on.
I'm waiting for Brandy to come out finally and cut her first promo in the build to WrestleMania and call Heyman like a heifer or something like that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm waiting for. Like, oh, the tribal bitch or something like that. Or, something along those lines. That's what I'm waiting for. And I also think that one more thing I left out there is I grew up in the Attitude Era. That's when I was watching. The invasion sucked, right? When we finally got WWF versus WCW, it was awful. We wanted it so bad. We wanted all these dream matchups, and it was not what we thought it was going to be. This is actually the AEW, WWE, it's a dream match of sorts between the two of the guy who basically led the war against WWE, trying to take the title from the guy who was the golden boy of WWE that whole time. I think that I think it's so poetic that it's going to happen that way, and that we're finally getting a real dream match between an AEW versus WWE type thing. So I'm into that.
You gained a fan, Ryan.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Welcome aboard.
Yes. What does this say? Tony says in the chat, WWE president. Come on, man. We'll get to all of that stuff. That's
I know.
Maybe. I think the rule is don't get seen, and GTV was lurking, I guess.
Damn GTV.
Well, hey, maybe they'll bring GTV back. You never know. They'll bring GTV back, and we'll see what's going on. NXT already has NXT Anonymous, so there you go. Speaking of people that are going to be coming back soon, John Cena. John Cena is scheduled, I believe, to come back on the March 6th Raw, if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to be on Raw, not SmackDown this time, and the conversation has long been, is it going to be John Cena versus Austin Theory at WrestleMania? You interviewed Austin Theory, I believe, this past summer, and he talked he was gushing over, John Cena, and just how when he was young, I just modeled myself so much after him, and being able to see him and talk to him and show him pictures of myself was really dope. So I thought that was really cool. So seeing that come back around for you, having that conversation with Austin, this isn't, of course, official, speculative. So let's speak in a hypothetical manner. John Cena versus Austin Theory at WrestleMania. If that is the case, what are your thoughts?
I would love it. After I was watching Raw this week, and I was, seeing also the stuff that Edge was saying after the press conference in Elimination Chamber about, mentioning that Theory was a Cena fan. I had the same thoughts. It does kind of feel like they're maybe gonna wait longer on that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they're going to make us wait longer since it's something that Theory keeps talking about. But if we were to get that this year, I would like it. I would like it a lot. I just don't know who wins in that match. Is Cena going to come back at WrestleMania and put Theory over for the United States Championship? Is that really going to... if he did that, that'd be great. Don't get me wrong. Do you really think Cena's going to come back and lose at WrestleMania? So if he doesn't, are we going to get Cena versus... we can't have Cena as the United States champion. I don't know. That's where my mind keeps going. I can't see Cena coming back to lose to Theory. But when I was watching Raw this week, I was thinking, what if Edge does win the United States Championship from Austin Theory before WrestleMania, and we get Edge versus John Cena for the U.S. title at WrestleMania?
That would have been crazy.
And we get one last Edge versus Cena match. Because Edge is talking about retirement and how he's like coming to the end. That's his biggest his biggest rivalry. I couldn't stop thinking, like, it's interesting that they randomly put him in the U.S. title scene here. I don't know, maybe a 3-way. I don't know. I keep thinking that wouldn't that be tight if we got Edge versus Cena one more time? Which will be better, Edge versus Cena one more time, or Cena versus Theory? I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you think?
Honestly, I think I've personally seen enough of Edge versus the Judgment Day, so anything other than that is A+ with me.
Yo.
Ben, what do you think?
I feel that. I hear that, dude. I hear that for sure.
Chill.
Yo.
I'm
with that too, because like they've been feuding for like months upon months, and I know they've had to do the start and stop because Edge is, he's not coming out week to week to week. But I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, yo, I've had enough. Respectfully, I've had enough. Just like, yo, I wouldn't mind John Cena versus Edge at WrestleMania or one of the big four, shows, because like Ryan said, he's about to go off to the sunset and he still has hate in his heart for this man. Like, there was never any I'm down for you. Like, even the times they were like teaming, like I think when they teamed against like Nexus and stuff like that, he was like, yo, I'll be on the team, but I still hate your guts. Like, there's never been any type of like forgiveness. I just wanted to go one more step. It's like, yo, like, hey, you never forget when a man smacks your dad. You never forget that.
There you go. That part right there. You never forget that.
Beef is forever. Like, beef lasts forever. Beef don't die until somebody die. And I'd rather see Theory and Cena. You know why? On the 20-year anniversary, let's go back. I'm saying of Jericho versus Shawn Michaels, it has the same build-up. You could do that. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? I love that.
That's a good point, too. That's a good point, too.
So I think you should do something like that. And then Edge ain't going nowhere. So I think we should just do that and get it out the way.
There you go.
Also, I'm with you guys. I thought the Judgment Day stuff was over with Edge at the pay-per-view, and then it was not on Raw. And I was like, really? They're still going with this. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. It's been a whole year, but all right, cool. That's cool. Listen, WrestleMania is where they culminate stories. I'm with it. We always talk about they don't do long-term booking. By the way, we're the long-term booking guys. Hi, Mom. Anyways, but yeah, so it is what it is. These are the stories that they've been telling over the past Roman Reigns, the last 3 years, basically. Last year, Judgment Day and Edge, and Bianca Belair as the women's champion, conquering all. It is what it is. We're on the road to WrestleMania here. So, Ryan, before we let you go, I do want to ask you, scale of 1 to 5, what's your excitement level for the show?
It's unfair to ask me this because I'm so extremely biased. I'm so biased because for a million different reasons. One, it's finally in LA. I've been wanting to go back to a WrestleMania in LA, my hometown, for so long now. So long. And I traveled to all these shows. It's going to be nice to finally be home for one. So that's first and foremost. But second of all, my experience, like, I get to be on the floor. I get to be backstage to do interviews. I get to interview talent while I'm there. Like, if I were to come here and be like, oh, my excitement level for that's at like a 5, you all deserve every right to just just smack me, dude. Like, tell me to get into a new profession, because I'm just like, it's a 10. I'm gonna be interviewing people in LA in person. I'm gonna be going to the shows in person. I'm gonna be on the floor for them, be interviewing people. Like, it's a dream come true. Like, my job, I'm so lucky with the things that I get to do. Like, it's crazy. So 10. But I mean, in terms of like storylines and just purely from a critical standpoint. Like, it's still too hard to tell. But, I mean, like I said, that whole, like, AEW versus WWE vibe of Cody versus Roman, the history of his story of, like, wanting to win that world title for Dusty. There's just so much there. I'm so excited for that. And the title matches that have been already lined up, the Asuka versus Bianca, that's going to be sick. Those two are going to kill it. I think Bianca Belair is like a generational talent, and you just keep feeding her awesome heels, and she's going to keep giving you awesome matches, and I think that's what we're going to get. She's like the female John Cena of this generation, I feel like. And so I'm excited for that. You know, and Charlotte versus Rhea, I think Rhea is just someone who, not, I would say the future, but it's the present. Like, she's great. And I'm not someone who's a Charlotte hater, so I'm pumped. I'm pumped. There's already good stuff cooking up. Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. That's going to be awesome. Lots to be excited about.
It's going to be fire. I'll add this to one other thing that is in your favor. WrestleMania is like a week-long event, you know, like during this whole process, like you get to like experience all of this, and then at the end of it all, go home and sleep in your own bed.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a plus, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be a plus.
Yes, definitely.
All right. So,
although I might ask for a hotel room for like the actual night. I'm working late, okay?
Right.
I'm working late.
Hey, listen. Hey, perks come along with this. Perks definitely come along with this. So let's see how far we can get. Can I put it on my? Can I expense this? You know, maybe. Who knows? Hey, maybe we'll run into you. You know, maybe we'll run into you. Are you gonna go to Wale Mania?
Maybe
they've been announcing some of the people that are going to be appearing at Wale Mania.
Wale Mania is awesome. I've been a couple times. I'm just like not a nightclub guy. It helps that I'm married now too. So I like to have conversations with people. It's hard to do that in a nightclub where everyone's kind of like partying. But now that it's like you said, it's going to be in my backyard, so it's possible I'll be able to make an appearance.
I said Bronson Reed beat Okada.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, I got it. All right, cool, man. So that's Ryan Satin, man. Again, we appreciate you for taking time, for making the time and coming and kick it with us. I don't know if there's anything that you want to plug or promote before you go at Ryan Satin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, mainly just my podcast. You know, there's Out of Character. It's every Wednesday where I'm interviewing a WWE superstar. The past couple of weeks, we had Bianca Belair on the show where she was talking about John Cena giving her advice backstage last year. We had Liv Morgan on the show, Mia Yim, Charlotte Flair, all four were recently on the show. I'm working on new episodes now. I had to take a week off for some personal stuff, but check that out every week. It's a 45-minute interview where I'm talking to the talent just about who they are as people, maybe a little bit of backstage talk about, you know, just pro wrestling as well, but a lot about who they are as people, and then do a roundup on Raw and SmackDown as well in the podcast feed where I'm just giving you my thoughts on the show. So if you like hearing me talk to myself for 30 minutes about Raw and SmackDown, that is the place. Check it out, the Out of Character podcast feed. And follow WWE on Fox as well.
there you go. Yeah. And we don't run that page, by the way. No.
I don't run that page either. People think I run that page.
It's not us.
I get it all the time. Like, Ryan Satin, this joke wasn't funny. And I'm like, well, I didn't make it, dick. Like, I don't run that page. That's not my job.
All right, one last question before you go, and then hey, you can choose to answer this however you want to answer this. If you want to answer this, you can just hit the camera and cut. What do you think about the conversation of tough questions at press conferences? The reason why I ask before you answer, the reason why I ask is because I saw this conversation. I saw this conversation after War Games, and then I saw the conversation pick up again after Elimination Chamber. And then in my head, and we'll go somewhere else with this, guys, after. But in my head, I was thinking, some of the same people that I saw at War Games at that press conference, they'd be on the other side too, at the other press conferences or at the scrums. So who are we asking or pressuring to ask the tough questions to? And then in regards to Montreal, it's like, I mean, it's an international event. Some of these people can't make it, but I don't know. What's your opinion on that? Like, is there like a don't ask about this type thing?
No, it's not that at all. Like I was at the last press conference, and it was I was at the Royal Rumble press conference, and it was the first one I had done with WWE like that. I had done the AEW ones before when I wasn't working at Fox, when I was doing my website Pro Wrestling Sheet. No, with this one, it was like, in fact, they were like, "Hey, you're up first. Here's the microphone," and I was like, "What? Okay, cool." For me, it's really a situation of like reading the room. Like, I think that there's like a time and place for everything, you know? Like, I don't think it's wrong for people to ask serious questions in the press conference. You know, I think it all depends on who you work for and what you do. You know, I don't think, you know, there's been this big conversation this week with Ariel Helwani and the Tony Khan stuff. And I understand all sides of the conversation about it. But I think that ultimately, like, it really just depends on who are you working for? Like, what does your employer want from you? Like, what are you there for? You know? And so, like, with me, you know, like, I'm not there to, like, my work doesn't want me to necessarily, like, not that they don't want me to. I'm not, that's not my job. That's not what my job is paying me to do, is to sit there and ask these hard-hitting questions in a press conference that's right after all these people just wrestled, right? So, but if your publication who got approved to be there and that is who you are and that is what you do, for example, Brandon Thurston, I believe, is the one who was at the recent one from WrestleNomics, who asked a very normal question for a press conference about the sale of WWE, right? Yeah, it was about the sale of WWE. And that's what he does. That's what he's known for. If he didn't do it, it would look weird if he sat up and was like, asked some kayfabe question, you know, that some of these people who aren't as deep in as he is would ask. So I think that that's really the ultimate thing, is like, who are you working for? Like, you're not working, and people are going to hate me for this, but like, you're not working for Twitter. Like, you're not working for the hive mind of social media. Like, who are you working for? The people who are paying you, what they want is what you should be doing, you know? And so that's how I look at it personally. Like, if you're someone who considers yourself a journalist who asks hard-hitting questions, then you should probably be asking hard-hitting questions. If you're someone who interviews people for fun because you want to put wrestlers over and promote them and have fun conversations, then I don't think you should be expected to be asking these hard-hitting questions that aren't necessarily your lane. You know, I think that's really what it is for me, is that, like, if I was still doing Pro Wrestling Sheet, I'd probably ask harder questions because it was a news organization, you know? So that, to me, that's really what it all depends on, is like, what do you do? Who are you working for? What do they want you to achieve by being in that press conference? Do they want you to get a news headline for their website? Then yeah, you should probably ask them something serious. Are you there for fun? Who cares? You know, like, I think that's really like how I look at it personally. And that might not be everyone's opinion, you know, but I think that it's a case-by-case basis. I don't think that everybody should be expected to ask all these crazy hard-hitting questions. I think that you can, like, you know, I asked a question. I ask on my podcast, I ask questions about how people are feeling, who they are as people. So when I was in there, I asked Triple H how he was feeling on the road to booking his first WrestleMania, you know, because that was what I was truly interested in. That's the kind of content my work wants from me. So that's kind of how I look at it. Like, if you're there for a hard-hitting news publication, then yeah, you should probably ask some better questions, because sometimes there are some really bad questions that are asked in those press conferences. And I do wish that time was allotted to people who deserved it, who asked better questions. But I don't think that the majority of people should be angry at people who that's not their job. You know, I think that they could go a little easier on them. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate it. I'm glad on this that we are on the same page.
Hey, listen. And you know what? On that note, why don't we end it on something lighthearted, something warm, something loving, you know, something positive, man. It's Black History Month. Peace, love, chicken grease. You know what I'm talking about? Yo.
Now I feel like shit, okay. I gotta go on block field too, I guess. Thanks.
Peer pressure.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, Ryan, again, thank you, my man. Again, you've been great. It's been official. 100. Maybe we'll see each other down the road. We got this little interview series called Behind Enemy Lines. Maybe one day we'll talk about some stuff not so wrestling related, just more about your journey.
Please, yeah, I would love to do it. Hit me up.
100%. 100%.
Talk to you guys soon. Yeah, if you see me in LA, hit me up. So come say what's up.
All right, let's do it. All right, man. Thanks,
guys. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Everybody, that is Ryan Satin giving a round of applause. Good job, guys. I'm just kidding. Anyways, so let's break that conversation down a little bit more and let's get into, I guess, AEW, right? Because he brought up the Ariel, Helwani, Tony Khan thing, and they had a little spat. They had a little back and forth. They had a little brief moment. I would personally like to call this conversation Ariel Helwani versus Tony Khan, the fraud department.
Yo.
What?
Good job. Yeah, boy. I believe, yeah. With it.
Salute to Jim Jones. Anyways, so Helwani was on SmackDown and Helwani was on Elimination Chamber. We talked about this a little bit on the post show. Ben, what say you about this whole thing? He called him, he said, you're no more of a journalist than Tony Schiavone.
I was like, yo, man, why you take a dig at Tony Schiavone, man, the VA native, bro? Like, what did Tony Schiavone do? Because Tony Schiavone is an accomplished journalist. Like, for people who live outside of the wrestling bubble, this man was actually calling like real sports. You know what I mean? You know how Michael Cole used to be back in the day when someone would talk shit to him and he'd be like, yo, man, I was out here covering like wars and stuff like that. I'm really out here, bro. That's Tony Schiavone, bro. Tony Schiavone was really out here doing it. Yeah. But like what Ryan said, like I see both sides of the argument. It's like, bro, you was out here, trying to ask me questions that I legally could not talk about. Mm-hmm. And then you try to stun on me and be like, yo, man, look, it's the worst interview I ever did. I don't know why I ever talked to that guy. I never talked to that guy again. Like, I can kind of, like, I see his frustration, but, like, doubling back and be like, oh, yeah, man. Oh, so this is how you get down. You over there doing this. Like, bro, they're in my home country, bro. What do you want me to do? They sent me out the invite. You want me to tell them no? Like,
and on top of that, it was a work assignment.
Exactly. Like, yo, I'm here because I'm getting paid to be here. On top of getting the invite and everything like that. Like, bro, I'm still getting a check off of this. Like, and Ariel Helwani, I think, like, if AEW offered him the opportunity to go over there and do the same thing, I think he would have accepted too. The thing is, like, I see where I kind of see Tony Khan's beef on this. It's like, bro, you popping up over there, it looks kind of funny in the light. Yeah. You know what I mean? It looks kind of wild. It's like, oh, this is the guy who's pressuring me to ask the hard questions. He's over in their camp. Like, it's like both sides are like, they're relatable. You know what I mean?
Salute to Tom's Customs for this little graphic right here. I was like, cousin is crazy. I think this is like, I mean, you kind of already knew that he worked for BT Sport. You knew that he had a relationship with WWE. You knew that, as Jonathan Coachman decided to bring back to light, he can't even get into a UFC event. That's why he over there, So, like, you knew all of this. You knew all of that. So, you
why isn't he allowed to?
Yeah.
Why isn't he?
Dana White hates him. Oh, Dana White hates him.
Yeah, Dana White hates him. That's why. Because Dana White hates him.
Why?
Because he broke the news about Brock Lesnar returning to UFC when I guess they were going to be breaking the news at the end of, I think it was UFC 198 or 199, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah.
Hey, bro, like,
he was upset with him about that, and so he's been banned from UFC events ever since.
That's a little wild. Like, bro, like, yo, I'm a journalist. Like, this is my job, bro. Yeah. Like, you're not gonna get mad at anybody else for doing their job. Why you get mad at me for doing my job? I'm not saying like, yo, that's why Power Slap is dying, bro. That's why they're getting Power Slap out of here.
Add to it. He signed with ESPN UFC gets to deal with ESPN, and then they like, hey, Ariel, you gotta go.
Hey man, look, I signed a deal. If you get my man,
you gotta go.
You gotta get him out of here, bro.
You gotta go, bro. You gotta go. Sorry.
I
All right, man. Let's talk about AEW, man. Let's talk about Dynamite. They had Dynamite tonight, man. Of course, you know what I'm saying. We live and direct. With that said, this was Dynamite. They had a bunch of matches with a bunch of people. Yo, Wheeler Yuta lost. Why you laughing already? Wheeler Yuta lost, and then first of all, he was losing, and then got slapped, and then he lost, and then his daddy came down there and gave him the finger and was like, "Bring your ass here, boy! Like, right here."
That was me. I wouldn't be taking no disrespect like that from a man that ain't really my daddy. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I slap you in the back of your bald head, bro. Like that was me. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm built kind of different, bro. I'm built kind of different, so you know, it is what it is.
He said that lets you know Tony watches SmackDown.
Nobody.
But bro, he definitely got the Google alert, bro. He definitely got his phone went off. Pager went off. It was like, hey, 911 emergency.
He called that man the snowman.
Yeah. Can't ban him.
What do you mean by that?
Get it?
Jesus, snowman. He's hey, listen, Gucci man.
Get it?
I'm just saying, Jesus the snowman. Let him marinate. Hey, Tony Khan, bro. Don't let nobody knock you off your horse. All right, if you want to be the snowman, if you want to rock your Can't Ban the Snowman shirt, you pull up the Dynamite with the snowman live and direct on that. You feel me? With the 5950, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Go crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? With the shine. Hey, put on some red monkeys. I want to see Tony Khan, some red monkeys, you know what I'm saying, with some black forces. You know what I'm saying? Can't Ban the Snowman t-shirt. Go crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Red monkey jeans.
For wearing a snowman shirt.
I for sure got suspended for wearing the snowman shirt.
Hey, Hook got suspended. He's back now. Saraya defeated Sky Blue in a nice little, you feel me, 1-2-1-2. You feel me? And now there is a triple threat match for the women's championship at Revolution. Jamie Hayter, Ruby Soho, Saraya. At least Jamie Hayter laid the challenge. She cut a nice little promo and was like, I'm gonna knock the fuck out of both of you bitches. Pardon my French. And I was like, whoa, okay. I'm rolling, Jamie. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like she was the focal point of that interview, and she really got her shine off. So that's dope. They added Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal to the tag team title match at Revolution. Let's talk about the pull-apart brawl. Bryan Danielson, and MJF, because they try to heat this moment up, right? MJF came out there talking spicy after Bryan Danielson. I don't know what I want to call her cousin right now. It's episode 250 or something. After Bryan Danielson was saying, yo, I don't know why cousin hates me. He's done all this to me, but he hates me. I bet. MJF was like, I'm going to talk straight to the camera. Yo, listen here, buddy, Dad finna get his arm ripped off. Dad finna get beat up. Dad finna have to retire. Dad finna have early onset CTE. And right when he was trying to get that E out, he got smacked upside his head. Jizzle, I'm gonna throw to you first here.
I love it. Hey, yo, this is what you say. Listen, man, listen. Do you want me to be a bad guy or not? This is what you say, man. You talk to their kids. Hey, listen, man. I'm about to beat your dad up in front of you. He's not going to remember your name. Now what? What I always love, if you're going to have a brawl, and that's why old goat is old goat. I have a microphone in my hand. I'm going to hit you with the mic, bro. Like, I'm hitting you with the mic, son. Like, why wouldn't I do that? Hit him right in the head with the mic.
Weapon,
you know what I'm saying? And like, man, none of you little security guards, like, I don't know, we must have got these security guards from other folks. Like, what are they doing? Like, what are these security cats doing, dog? Like, you know you're not gonna be able to hold me back. MJF scarf just flew off. Like, it reminded me of a Jerry Springer fight. Like, I love it. I love pull apart brawls. I wish they could do it every time.
it kind of threw me for a loop because MJF, he comes out every week and he always has like a new villain origin story. For those of you who like, it's like whenever a new Batman movie comes out, it's like the Joker has a new kind of origin story, whatever. That's MJF. He came out, he was like, "Hey, bro, look, the reason why I don't rock with you, the reason why I don't like you is because you have everything that I ever wanted. You have a wife that loves you. You have kids that love you. You have a family, and you're out here putting your life on the line for this." He's like, "Yo, go home. Be a family man. Because you know what? I ain't even got a girl no more. Like, bro, she up and left me. You know what I mean? I wanted to build a life with homegirl. Like, I wanted to be with her forever. And now she gone. And, like, I don't know if he's talking about a previous relationship or he's talking about the young lady he was engaged to, Naomi. Her last name escapes me. But it was a wild promo. And for him to come out there and talk directly to his kids and be like, "Hey, bro, look, I'm gonna smack your dad up, bro. Like, I'm gonna send your dad home to you. And he's not gonna be able to remember your name, bro." Like, I enjoyed it. Her last name is Rosenbaum, Naomi Rosenbaum. But if this is like the end of their engagement, that's a wild way to break up. That's a wild way to announce, the news or whatever. It's like, hey. I mean, he's no stranger to putting his life out there. He did think, what happened with a young lady,
Yeah, for sure.
So, by the way, he was getting calls about it. There was like the Marty Jannetty thing all over again. It was like, "Hey, bro, look, I think this dude that's on TV that wrestling. You're like, yo, AEW." He's like, "Yo, it's like WWE." Yeah. Like, yeah. So he said he murdered some girl, when he was like 16, 17 years old. What can y'all do about it? Like, hey, is this why y'all can't get to, is this why y'all can't get to the hood when it's called? Because y'all answering these type of calls, y'all answering calls about Marty Jannetty. This is like why I gotta wait for like an hour and a half if I call the cops. Like, bro, what's the deal? Y'all, these are the calls that y'all answering. This is what y'all prioritizing. All right, bro.
On Dynamite, Jon Moxley, who some people call a blood merchant, first AEW wrestler to reach 100 wins. This win against Evil Uno this week solidifies that. That's a pretty dope milestone, I would say. 100 matches, or at least 100 W's, rather. So, really, again, Mox is the workhorse. Every week, showing up, showing out. Bizzle, he still got a vacation.
Bro.
It's stocked up. It's
bro,
right here.
I still need to go to Bermuda. Look, I have to go to Bermuda with my wife. Like, I gotta come make somebody bleed and make myself bleed.
Yo.
He beat the juices in no, dog. Like, that was some of the greatest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, bro,
that's make somebody bleed through a mask. I'm with it.
Yo, facts. Like, bro, you know how hard you gotta hit somebody for them to for you to visibly see that through the mask. I remember when Kane and Stone Cold had a first blood match, and everybody was like, "Bro, how are you gonna be able to tell if Kane is bleeding underneath the mask because he got a whole mask on?" Let me tell you something, bro. You should have got Jon Moxley in there. Like, he was probably a little kid at the time, but he could have, done a little work. Yeah, he would have been able to figure that out. He answered the age-old question, like, "Hey, bro, I'm trying. I'll show y'all. Like, I'll show y'all."
That's crazy. I was thinking, that's funny that you mentioned that because I was thinking earlier, I want to see a first blood match in AEW. Do it.
Jon Moxley loses after like 30 seconds.
It's like, ring the bell. All right, ring the bell. Grand opening, grand closing. What else? Did I miss anything important here? Oh, Jericho versus Starks is now official. they had a pretty good segment, which was kind of just like playing off of each other. Oh, I guess you could beat me. I think you could beat me, but you just haven't. And he's like, oh, I can beat you. I'm Chris Jericho. It's like, oh, okay. Well, with that said, I got this contract. You feel me? But I mean, I don't know if you gonna sign it. You feel me? Like, I'll sign it right now. You feel me? And on top of that, Jericho Appreciation Society can't come to the ring. That's how I know I can beat you. You feel me? I'm like that. I'm really like that. You feel me? What? Hey. Jericho said, I'd sign it right now, but I don't got a pen.
I got you covered. This ain't just a vape pen, bro. This is a real pen. This is a real pen, too.
He said, you thought this was a trippy stick? That's what you thought. Nah, man. Hey, you ever see that? Hey, you ever seen Ghost Rider?
Yo,
never mind. All right, let's go.
Like, bro, this is what like this segment going through. It clearly details like, yo, Ricky Starks was raised by the generation of kids who was watching Looney Tunes. Like it was like Rabbit season, Doug season, like just back and forth, like reverse psychology, like back and forth. He's like, hey, bro, I don't think you could beat me, bro. Like, yo, I know I could beat you, bro. It was just like a back and forth.
It was nice. It was nice.
Yo.
In addition to that, they announced that AEW All Access is going to be a new show premiering next week after Dynamite. So, yes, they're kind of programming this program. How dare you, Tony Khan? See, this is what I'm talking about right here, bro. He said the war was real. And I thought he was talking about WWE, but he was talking about PE3. That's crazy. That's crazy. I feel a way about that. All we wanted to do was talk to Big Smoke.
Yo, brother, hey.
That's it. That's it.
Yo, he got done with Ariel Helwani. He's like, hey, I'm coming over there to y'all too. He's like, hey, y'all are next.
I don't like it. I
forgot what you did.
Now slap out the paint. Like, you got him right up.
Hey, yo.
Nah, what do you think about Dynamite tonight? Did you guys like the show? Did you enjoy it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was okay.
What did we think about Christian Cage and Jungle Boy and that whole little thing? My bad, Jack Perry. You a grown man. You probably beat my ass.
End it.
It's over. Long-term booking.
I feel the same way about that rivalry, the same way that I feel about Edge and Judgment Day. And it's really funny that these two men are in these long-ass rivalries that should have ended months upon months ago. They really are brothers. They really must be brothers because it's like, bro, y'all should have wrapped this up a long, long time ago. I have no interest to see anything with Jungle Boy and Christian ever again. Like, yo, y'all have like literally ran into the ground. Like, end it now, please.
Where in the hell is the damn dinosaur? Like, what happened to him?
I mean, what happened to the dinosaurs, Jizzle?
True.
No?
True. You're right.
No.
You're right.
Yeah.
Marco Stunt did it.
We gotta keep that in mind.
I heard.
We gotta keep that in mind.
I heard Luchasaurus was going to be a writer on the Barney reboot. So that's
my cousin.
Right there. Yeah, bro. He had to show up there. Like, yo, we need somebody who really experienced that shit. We really need someone who can really, give us the inside take on what it's really like, bro.
I got you. It's kind of like when they brought Dev C in to be like a consultant on Snowfall. So it's like, okay, so how would they say it in the streets? Like, I'm with you.
Like, bro, we need the representation.
How would Barney move? Like, would Barney come in like this or like this? Like this or like this? You know what I'm saying? Just tail whip. Like, how's your tail whip go? Tail whip? Oh, you kick people. Oh, okay. We can't have Barney kicking kids, dog.
Back to the AEW All Access thing. This was Tony Khan's important announcement. So this is the All Access backstage look or behind the scenes look on like Adam Cole. Adam Cole made the announcement, by the way. Actually, Tony Khan handed it off and was like, "Take it away, story time with Adam Cole, baby." You feel me? And he was like, yeah, storied history. I want to let you guys know about what's been going on with me. You know what I mean? Like him, Britt Baker. Who else did he mention? I don't remember who else he talked about. I'm sure there'll be a press release out. They might have already tweeted it out. But yeah, this is their AEW reality show in the same vein as like Total Divas or something like that. I'm sure a bunch of people have filmed for this. You guys interested? You guys going to watch?
Yeah, because Adam Cole is back, baby. I'm saying he's going to be wrestling, match back. You know what I mean? So that was a good way to make you watch the first episode. I like that little shrewd TV move. Shout out to Adam Cole. So I mean, I'll give it. We can't watch it. I'll watch it the next day because we got podcasting to do after that.
Jizzle took the words right out of my mouth because I was about to be like, "Hey, bro, look, I kind of have some prior engagements when that's on. I kind of got something going on." You know, when that's going on, but maybe I'll check it out the next day. Like I'm not opposed to it. Whatever gets power slapped, off the air, I'm 100% behind.
Cool. All right. So salute to Tommy. Even though you've declared war on the enemies, it's all good. We 250 in. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it pushing. What's up, Smiley? How you doing, player? Because girls is players too.
Bro, if I hear that song one more time, bro.
Hey, hold on. You got a problem with Court? You got a problem with Court? She getting her streams up. Let her get her chicken.
Bro, hey, look. I be sitting in the bed at night next to my wife, and she be going through TikTok. I gotta hear this 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I'm just trying to go to sleep, bro. I just want to go to bed, bro. And this song is not letting me do that. You know what I mean? Okay.
Well, let's go ahead and throw it to the audience. Let's go ahead and throw it to the frenemies. Let's go ahead and throw it to some of your commentary, some of your comments. Question of the week. We asked you guys a question. We didn't even do this last week because this man didn't even want to come kick it with us. You feel me? Oh, man.
Hey, to the chat last week, I seen what you said, bro. I seen what y'all said. Oh, Ben didn't show up because the Eagles lost. Ben didn't show up because he heartbroken. Why Ben not here? Fly Eagles fly. Like, I seen all of them comments, bro. I watched the show. I want y'all to know that. Like, bro, I'm not only a part of the show, I watched the show. I view the program, bro. The reason why I wasn't here last week had nothing to do with the Eagles losing. I admit I was heartbroken, but it had nothing to do with the Eagles losing. It's to risk sounding like Chance the Rapper for a second. I have a wife. And yeah. And we had planned to do something for Valentine's Day. I was out of town at the time. And that's what I was doing. And when I got back, I woke up, I had the flu. So it was a bad week for me. Like I get back, whole family got the flu. Like, it was a bad week for your boy. But you know what? I'm back this week to tell you guys in the chat, I hate each and every one of you. Let's go to question of the week.
All right. Let's go ahead and get the mail key.
Boom. Question of the week. Question of the week was, if you could delete any storyline from wrestling history, what would it be? And y'all showed out as usual. We got Victor at the top of the queue saying, top of my head, Katie Vick. Yeah, Katie Vick was crazy. Cujo, shout out to Cujo. He says Katie Vick as well. Yeah, I'm going through this. It's a lot of answers. Let's say Katie Vick. Shout out to G Nation. He's in the chat right now. Booker T, Triple H, WrestleMania 19 storyline. 100%. No Bad Noel says the whole Bobby Lashley versus Rusev Cup storyline needs to go. Jizzle, go ahead and say the line that you've been saying.
Let me tell you something. He tore his groin by thunderstroking Rusev's wife, y'all. We are not getting rid of that. That is a great moment. Look, Martin Luther King stood up and applauded and dropped one Denzel glory tear after that.
Shout out to big_hero_Chris, Katie Vick as well. It's a lot of Katie Vick disgust going on in here. Let me go down. Shout out to WWE Ruthless Aggression era. Shout out to them because they be tapping in. Kurt Angle versus Booker T. That he implied he wanted to assault Sharmell, and Kurt Angle becoming obsessed stalker may have been a little much. Yeah, it was wild. And the fact that he was like, yo, bestiality, it was crazy, bro.
That was nuts.
Yeah. Shout out to @MX Caligula says Piggy James was uncomfortable then, and it's even worse now. Yeah, man. I remember that one vividly. I was like, bro, this is not it. Looking back, it still isn't it. Shout out to @Ziggy_Studio LO says whatever was going on between Lana and Bobby Lashley. Yo. I saw Jizzle tweet underneath one of these replies saying like, hey, y'all need to respect it. Yo, shout out to Adam Goldberg. Like, yo, he be tapped in. The Lashley sisters. Yo, man, it gave us one half of the Acclaimed. Can't hate on that entirely. Shout out to 316 Reigns. Ronda Rousey debuting.
Jeez.
Like, yo, right in here. Like, yo, she has some good moments. I mean, like, yo, what about the mixed tag match at WrestleMania? What about that?
Yeah,
you're not rolling.
And bending up after that match happened.
We not rolling. All right, bro. We not rolling. I'm gonna read a couple more of these. Shout out to @Lydia_Kai says Kofi getting squashed by Brock. Yeah, 100.
For sure. That's the one right there.
Shout out to Grizzly McGuire, Aces and Eights, and Main Event Mafia at one point, and time just got down. Bad, horrible thing, bro. I don't know. Aces. I don't remember Aces and Eights. I wasn't really tapped into
good
TNA around that time.
We have a super chat that we'll get to during P3SPN.
Yeah, absolutely. I seen it.
Just pop one out.
Okay.
Shout out to the A1 God picture of Booker T, Triple H. Hey, man said, hey, go ahead and do a little tap dance for me. He said, you see what the dude Groovin' Gorilla's doing? He's like, yo, I want you to do that.
Yo.
Oh my God.
And they got him out the paint, bro. God bless Black History Month, bro. That's it for me.
All right, so I got a couple from the Instagram. Dang, a lot of people said the Rusev cuck angle. Saint Kobe off of the IG says Main Event Mafia, all of it. That's crazy. Salute to Sheena. Hey, Sheena, what's up, Sheena? Sheena's super cool. Triple H and Katie Vick, another one. Terrence Ellington, another one here. Angle, Booker T, and Sharmell. Champ Tyson says Hornswoggle being Mr. McMahon's son and Aces and Eights. That guy from I'm assuming Michigan, says everything that's associated with Dark Order. Got to get the Thanos snap. Bearing Smarks. Salute to Bearing Smarks. Says anything that has Matt Hardy in it. And I thought that was especially funny because Matt Hardy is who I use for the graphic. Come on, guys. That was like too easy.
Yo, that was a layup.
And then finally here, Sean, salute to Sean. Sean's in the chat here. Sean says on the IG, not the storyline, but the narrative of splitting up the belts. One belt to rule all. Okay, cool. So he just wants one title. for everything. I kind of agree with that. Let's see. Boom. Ken says the entire storyline involving Mr. McMahon faking his death in 2007. Yeah, I wish we could get that back.
Hey, if that would have gone to full term, because I read, what was supposed to happen. Vince's real brother was supposed to come in and kind of take over, and they were going to do like a whole whodunit, who got over on Vince. But, what happened, and they kind of had, pulled a plug on it. But, it would have been interesting to see Vince's real life brother, pop up and kind of, be around for a little bit.
Last thing that I have here is Mr. Money in the Bank on Instagram says, in regards to men's stories, Cena joined Killing Nexus. And then women, Cora and Roxanne, their tag team and the feud, they both sucked. So there we have it. That is your...
What do you got, Graham? What's one that you would get rid of?
For me personally, I would say, I'd say Cody, not Cody. You know what I'd say? I got one. League of Nations. League of Nations was pointless. Get rid of it.
It was so much potential when it was just Sheamus and Wade Barrett going around just slapping up people. And they kind of, they ruined it. CJ.
Dog. Everything involving the Dungeon of Doom. I hate the Dungeon of Doom. I hate the that's what we got the shock match. I hate it. We got the shark. They turned poor John Tenta into shark. I hate everything. The only thing that good came out of it was the giant. But even and they had the Yeti. But that man Terry Bollea there getting sandwiched in the giant, and then he lost. Come on, son. The Dungeon of Doom. Who's afraid of the Dungeon of Doom?
Nobody,
dog.
Right.
It's like they're like one big murder hawk. So no, keep them.
That's crazy.
Mine, I'm gonna have to say the addition of Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan to TNA. They just completely killed TNA. It was the first thing. If the first thing that you're doing is going out and directly insulting the audience for something that they love, just this is a 6-sided ring.
Get rid of it.
We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this crap out of here. And then they're just booing you your first night. It's it's probably not gonna end well.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Let's see for sure. G Nation says Al Snow and the Big Boss Man feud with the Dogs. Oh, that's a good one, Phil. Yeah, Brian Seth could get punched too. That was nasty. Yeah.
Bro, and to see people just now defending it, they're like, can we go back and just talk about? They're like, can we just go back and talk about how good of a finish that Bray and Seth Rollins Hell in the Cell match was? Oh my God, people didn't appreciate it. I'm like, it's okay to look at stuff that happened in the past and not be like, yo, this was really good. I'm like, no, bro, it was trash then. It's trash now. It'll be trash a week from now when you bring this post back up.
Should we do small package news or should we hold off till next week?
Shout out Mercedes. That's all we got to say.
Straight to it. Let's get straight to it and shout out Mercedes. Before we get into, anything that has to do with us, let's talk about Mercedes Moné winning the IWGP Women's Championship this past weekend, Battle in the Valley, New Japan, San Jose, against Kyrie, former champion. Turn up. Did you guys watch the match? Did you guys check it out? Chat, feel free to chime in as well. What did you guys think?
I caught it a little later. I knew it was coming on, but I caught it later, so I just had to watch it. But yo, man, it was poetic, damn near. You know what I mean? It was a banger match, of course, but you know what I mean. Just Mercedes went out and said, "I'm going to do this," and then did that shit. It was just so. it was just dope. Like it was the highlight of the night, and then like that card was so like everything going on and shit, and like that she is the main focal point of this damn near this company now. What they've been talking about besides her not getting her shot in beer and quesadilla.
Yo, bro, 100%.
We'll get to that. Let's talk about the match first.
Like I caught it. I love the Hana Kimura tribute, and I thought it was done very well. And we can finally put to bed the debate whether her song is the instrumentals from "Jump" by Criss Cross or "Hustle in the House" by we could put that to bed. It's definitely "Hustle in the House."
It's 100% Hustle in the House. I just want to let you guys know that. And then also, I mean, that was, if I'm not mistaken, recorded in Sacramento, or at least that's where she recorded that one video that we had last week that she was going, which they split the theme into, actually.
Already did that. Let's do it again. Just got a bag, drop it again. Pull up, fan, check out the scans. Yeah, y'all know the chance.
Money.
Like, bro,
the match was good. I like the Hana tribute, and then of course she even did like the same sequence. You feel me? Where they was running back the whole thing. You feel me? And the finish came off good too. CM Punk popped up. He was in the crowd. You know who he was there to see. You know what I'm saying? A star, the one that sold out the building. You know what I'm saying? Big action. What did y'all think? Let me see.
Dude.
Mr. Alday's off says, "What's Hustle in the House?" That is a Nipsey Hussle record. By the way, Eric Holder sentenced to 60 years just today for the murder of Nipsey Hussle. Just wanted to throw that up there. G Nation says, "Rain Moné was a moment." Yeah, gang. Shout out to Team Currency. Anwar says, "The dream team is Okada and Mercedes now. That's a big fact." Let's see. NGC says, "I ain't seen so many black women at a wrestling show that didn't have For the Culture on the title." Really though, you know what I'm saying? They was going crazy. That's the same building that they had that NXT's like coming out party at. You know what I'm saying? So they went back to the whole thing. Yes, Bailey was in the crowd. Salute to Sean for bringing that up in the chat. Tamina was there. Who else was there? Naomi was there. Trinity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and rest in peace to Malcolm X on GLD. You feel me? Yeah. Kenta did nothing with Punk in the arena, but ran to Twitter to talk about it. Kenta did a smooth little thumbs up to the crowd. I don't even know if I can do that on YouTube anymore. Kenta did a smooth little, right before he did the DTS. I don't know if Punk was in the building when he did that, but I will say that there is a watch along coming to the patreon.com/Public Enemies. I watched the event live. If you want to check out my review of it, I guess, and watch some of the highlights back with me, you're more than welcome to tap into patreon.com/Public Enemies. That'll be up, if not this week. And actually, we got an episode of the Time Capsule coming this week. Then I believe Monday we'll go with the watch along. But yeah, that's where we are with it there. So Jizzle wanted to talk about shots and French fries. So after she had this amazing match with Kyrie, you feel me? Of course, they showed love and respect to one another. You know what I'm saying? Not Sasha, but Mercedes has to make sure that she, you know what I'm saying, keep them wigs secure, you know what I'm saying? Because Kyrie was really coming for it. She was really coming for it, trying to snatch her wig off, you know what I'm saying? But Mercedes wasn't really trying to have all that. She was like, "You snatched me ball, girl. You almost took my wig off." I was like, yeah, that's what's up. Salute to Mercedes. Also, salute to Trinity, because there was this clip of Ball Rescue that popped up. Ben, would you like to take it from here and let us know your thoughts and what happened with this whole situation?
Yeah.
This was you too. Salute Ben. This
Bar
is Ben's
Rescue.
250 episode, man. Go crazy.
Yo, man. Bar Rescue had put out the tweet. I think it's like their season premiere or whatever. I think it's on Paramount Plus or, you know, whatever Paramount network they got going on. But in the clip, while dude was berating the owner of the bar, because if you don't watch it, Bar Rescue is kind of like that show that Gordon Ramsay has, where he just goes into restaurants and tells them, like, you know, your restaurant is failing because your food is nasty. Like, that was kind of that's what that show was about. So dude is yelling at the guy who owns the bar. He's like, yo, you're drunk. You're about to lose your house. Your wife don't love you. Like, just like going off on him. We could clearly see in the background that Mercedes Moné and Trinity are there, and they just like looking like, bro, this is really awkward. I for sure did not come here for this. I kind of want to go home. And I think Maria Menounos was in there too. But we put that tweet out, and lo and behold, we put a tweet out saying, what are Mercedes Moné and Naomi doing on Bar Rescue? And a couple of days later, Mercedes Moné tweeted it and said, like, yo, I was just in there trying to get a drink and some fries, and this is what popped off. Sister Trinity said, I just wanted my cheese quesadilla, and this is what was going on in the restaurant. And, like, bro, shout out to them, man. But also, you know, Bar Rescue, cut the check, because I know, you know, we ran up the views on that, you know. I mean, you don't got to have us on the show, too, because, like, I'm for sure going to instigate if I'm in the background and I see you yelling at somebody else. But, you know, cut the check, bro. Cut the check.
Ooh. That's exactly what she said. Mercedes said, ooh. I didn't get be ready. You suck. Your drink suck. Everything suck. I didn't make that drink. Yes, you did.
You're muted, Graham.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Also, Mercedes just signed with UTA agency. She is represented by Kevin Undergaro, if I'm not mistaken, if that's how you pronounce his name. That's Maria Menounos' husband. They both started AfterBuzz TV together. So there you go. That's the
look,
tidbit.
bro. Some people got sources. We go directly to the source. Like, hey, what was you doing in there? What was you doing in there?
Question for you guys. And we can keep this brief, and maybe we can talk about this another time, because I'm sure it's not going to be this Friday that this guy pops up anywhere. Jay White lost to Eddie Kingston at this same event that Mercedes Moné became the new IWGP Women's Champion. This was a loser leaves New Japan match. So where does Jay White go from here? Does he fit better at this point in the landscape of WWE or AEW? Then you go first.
I think right now, with him being like barred from New Japan and Japan as a whole, and AEW clearly having a working relationship with Japan, I think it kind of spells it out for itself. You know what I mean? Like, I think he should go. I'd like to see him go to WWE, because it's like, yo, you already did AEW. You got a good time over there. You showed out over there, but it's time to like cut some new tracks. You know what I mean? And with the way Triple H is running things over there, like, I agree with some things that he does, and I disagree with some things that he does. But I think he would take good care of Jay White. I think he would book him properly. And the other thing about him going over there, I don't think he would go to NXT. I think like a lot of people like realize that over there, like, hey, you know, we don't got to put him through the developmental. He can go straight up there because he has that name value. Like, people, you know, a lot of wrestling fans for WWE, at least the ones who are, you know, going to the show, they know who these guys are. They might not watch it from week to week. Mm-hmm. Like, they might not tap into every New Japan show, but they know who Jay White is. A majority of them people going to that show knows who Jay White is, and I think it would be a layup to get him over there and to kind of insert him into what's going on over there. Like maybe have him show up, challenge for the United States title. You know what I mean? Maybe have him pop up on SmackDown and start beef with somebody over there. Like I'd like to see, you know, him go up against LA Knight. That would be interesting. You know, there's stuff for him to do over there. It's not like it was a year ago where it's just like, okay, if I go over there, besides fighting Roman, what will I be doing? Like, who will I be going against? There's options now. Like some stuff, you know, is not going as good as what they would like it to go, but I feel like there's a place for him there where he could turn up.
Yeah, I don't know what he does. That's interesting. G Nation said Bronson Reed is a different story. Well, yeah, I mean Bronson beat Okada. You know, so listen, go get the bag, and you too can have a bang up 2.5-star match with The Miz on Monday Night Raw. That would be amazing. Pretty sure that they're going to do that at some point. If he does decide to go there, I think a lot of people are throwing around the theory of look how I did that. The theory of John Cena defeating Austin Theory for the U.S. title and then having a U.S. title open challenge the next night or on Raw, and then Jay White answering that and defeating him. Or maybe Jay White just outright defeating Austin Theory after one of these open challenges. I don't know. I do think that, of course, I'm a casual. I keep telling y'all this every week. I am not a wrestling fan, man. Listen, come on, dog. But I do think that AEW has a lot of, like I feel like for a minute, Jay White had the, he's, you know, Kenny Omega Light, or, you know, he's like, you know, Kenny Omega Jr., you know, type shit. And it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, you're going to go back up there and drum up those comparisons again, or you're going to go over here and one, I guess, make a challenge to yourself. Like, okay, can I get over with this particular audience for WWE? Or do you say, all right, cool, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go over here and kick it with my partners and do the AEW thing. Is it a money situation where is it, you know, whoever come with the bigger bag is, you know, going to be the winner in this situation? I don't know. I don't know. I think it would be a dope situation if he does show up at WrestleMania or any, like, around this. Like, is Raw after WrestleMania still a thing? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It has been a thing for quite some time. Like last year and the year before that and the year before that kind of fell flat. But I feel like they could do it up this year and kind of, you know, restore the feeling of what Raw after WrestleMania means, because that's when you reset all of your storylines. That's when you bring out your big, like, reveals. Like, that's when you're like, okay, we signed this guy. This guy's coming back. This is what we got going on next. I feel like if they do bring Jay White out, like, I feel like it would be a big deal. And, like, with Triple H in charge, people can finally start being honest about saying, like, yo, I always wanted to go to WWE, instead of being like, yo, man, I just always wanted to, you know, rock the indies. I always wanted to go to Japan. I always wanted to do this. I never wanted to go to WWE. People can finally start being honest about the fact, like, yo, I grew up watching this over here, and now I have the opportunity to go over there where I'm confident that I'll be handled properly.
With that, Meth says if Jay can get over in the random small towns WWE be going to, he'd be a lock for a top spot. I guess we'll have to see. Let's go ahead and move forward. Ben, what do you think about this?
Yo,
will Brock Lesnar show up to accept Omos's WrestleMania challenge next week on Raw? The Nigerian Giant laid down the gauntlet. Him and MVP said, Brock Lesnar, you don't want to.
Look,
what are they doing with this?
This match has the potential to be bigger than any Rock versus Stone Cold match that has ever happened, bro. This has the opportunity to be bigger than both Shawn Michaels, Undertaker matches. Like, bro, almost going to hit a 450 splash on Brock Lesnar, bro. It's going to be a clinic. They're going to be chain wrestling. They're going to be they're just going to be tearing down the house. I'm 100% here for it. But to be serious for a second, like, I think this is just like a red herring. I think, come on, let me have my fun. I think he comes out. Brock is like, okay, what's good? And we get the Hurt Business reveal, like, oh, we're back together. Bobby comes out and says, like, hey, I'm rocking with them. This was a distraction. I'm taking you on at WrestleMania. At least that's how I would do it. We're getting rumors now that it's going to be Bobby versus Bray at WrestleMania, and that this is a real thing, that they really are planning on going Omos versus Brock at WrestleMania. And I've got to say, honestly, both of those sound really horrible, and I don't want to see either of them. I really don't want to see Omos versus Brock, but I really, really don't want to see Bobby versus Bray Wyatt. Like, these two things don't even connect. Where is the connection in this? Like, there's no story to it whatsoever. He just called him out, like, on a promo. It's like, hey, I want to face whoever wins this Brock versus Bobby match. Like, we've never interacted before. We've never had any business before. We've never had any, like, one-on-one conversations. Why are you challenging him? It just seems weird. It seems weird for him to challenge Brock. It seems weird for him to challenge Bobby. It's like, bro, we're literally in two separate worlds. I don't think either one of these, what's going on, TJ? I really don't think either of them would gel together, because let's be honest, Brock would never do any of that supernatural stuff. Like if you haven't heard what he told Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, when he wanted to do the Extreme match, where he was like, yo, how about we do, the barbed wire baseball bat? And he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. How about, I set a table on fire? He was like, no, I'm not doing that. What about chainsaws? He was like, look, man, I want you to take your goofy ass outside the ring. I want you to grab all the chairs you can find. I want you to throw them back in the ring, and that's what we're going to do. I feel like if he went up against either one of them, it's just going to be really awkward. It's like, yo, what do we do?
I feel you on that. Let's see. Andy says, I'll just read a few of these from the chat. Andy says, I'm tired of Brock Lesnar. Jizzle, I think you have to, like, completely go out and come back in, bro. Omos versus Lesnar is a bathroom break for real. Yo, if they actually book this match with Omos and Lesnar, can we see if we could get my man Muscle Man Malcolm on the show? Him and these Homo sapiens, like, he's on one right now.
I don't even dislike Omos. I think Omos is pretty good. I just don't think they gel. Like, Omos proved in his match against Braun Strowman that he can go. But I don't want to see it.
All right. Well, let me ask you about something else. I want to know if you want to see this. Becky Lynch and Lita as the tag team champions, maybe. Seems as if they're going to be challenging for these titles against Damage Control this upcoming Monday on Raw. And I don't know. I don't know what you guys think in the chat. Is this something that you would be interested in? Becky Lynch and Lita as your new tag team champions? Does that seem like a thing?
I don't want them to necessarily win the championships. I'm here for the match. I'm here for what the match brings. I'm here for, getting a little nostalgia, letting these ladies have their dream matches, like against Lita. I'm for Lita coming back and getting her redemption for what happened to her when she retired the first time. I'm for all of it, but I don't necessarily want to see them have the titles. I think this is what leads into, getting Trish and having the 6-woman match at WrestleMania. I don't think they necessarily win the titles here, but I'm here for this, this whole rivalry.
So All Days Off says Becky and Lita versus Ronda and Shayna.
I am going to
Well, there's somebody else that was possibly going to be factored into this equation. It seems like, of course, plans change. Salute to Dave Meltzer. Trish Stratus was apparently at Raw this past Monday. I believe the Monday before as well. And I guess they decided to shift things around, and she was not used. But if they do bring her into this collective and they do this as maybe a 6-woman tag at WrestleMania, Jizzle, let me ask you, sir, does something like that interest you? Becky, Lita, Trish against Bayley and Damage Control?
I mean, I like the fact that they'll give Damage Control a high low profile match. You know what I'm saying? Get to wrestle a couple of legends, and you know what I mean. And I don't know, man. I like it, man. I like it. I think they just EO just flip all over, do flips on everybody. Everybody gets flipped. You know what I'm saying? And Stratus fat kick, you know what I mean? I wouldn't mind it. You know, I think I would like that a little better because it feels like Damage Control is getting kind of, you know what I mean? I'm saying I think that would jumpstart the little battery, you know what I mean, to the Damage Control car because I feel like it's been spinning its tires a little bit. So yeah, I'll take that all day.
I'm with that. Yeah, I'd rather see Shayna and Ronda in the tag division, taking the tag titles. One thing that would be interesting is somebody mentioned, it might have been Sean Ross Sapp, that mentioned Trish said that she would be interested in doing another heel run. So what about Trish and Bayley against Lita and Becky, and then that frees up Damage Control to defend the titles?
Oh, I like the way the pieces are moving right there. You say, "Oh, time to rock and roll." Hey, that'd be dope.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is.
That would give them all something. Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Jizzle, you want to go to P3 ESPN? Did I miss anything?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, sports and shit. Sports and stuff. Football's over. Well, maybe for Ben. But nah, it's XFL time. XFL is in the building, and guess what, y'all? It's all right. I guess it's okay. I'm saying they're playing football. You know what I mean? This is The Rock. The Rock is not even a real human, dog. Like I don't even understand how he just shows up places. Like I think The Rock is an alien here in Fort Worth, Texas now, y'all. Like a hologram.
This man got like 20 teams in Texas, bro. What is going on? Like I know they based out of Texas, but like, come on, bro. And the other thing, what the hell is a 4-point play? What is a 4-point play, bro? Because I remember watching XFL when they brought it back and they're playing it on ABC and ESPN. The last go around before the pandemic killed it. But was that a thing? The 4-point rule back then?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't either. I remember like thoroughly enjoying the XFL the last go around because they had implemented college rules. They had the 1-foot rule and they were doing like new stuff and everything like that. I didn't watch it this time because I'm like, bro, I'm still mad that you got like 8 teams in Texas, but maybe I'll check it out.
Dog. Crazy. What are you gonna like? Josh Gordon is there, y'all. Shout out to Josh Gordon. You know what I'm saying he got a touchdown on accident. And AJ McCarron is there. Like you're gonna see some names. You're like, oh shit, he's over there. Shout out to Vic Beasley. You know he was over there. Like, so yeah, y'all. Your only two. And guess what, y'all? Anybody getting franchise tag in y'all team? Yep. There goes Josh Jacobs. But you better franchise tag him immediately.
Yo,
I think
One more year of that.
Like, bro, Lamar Jackson, like, people are just saying, oh, Lamar Jackson's a one-dimensional quarterback. He's just a running quarterback. He don't deserve that. I'm like, bro, let's not sit here and lie to ourselves. Let's not act like Lamar Jackson don't got an arm. Like, he didn't prove that he deserves, like, every cent that he's gonna get out of whatever deal he ends up signing. It's like, bro, y'all gotta lay it all on the line and give it to him.
His best receiver of his career was Hollywood Brown. So let me ask y'all this. If he's one-dimensional, right, and Josh Allen is just they keep trying to force Josh Allen down you guys' throats, but every time he has to do something, he just Josh Allen's it up, dog. Like, what are we talking about here, man? Like, why Josh Allen so much? Like, he's definitely Daniel Jones. Yo, if Daniel Jones gets what he is asking for, Lamar Jackson is like, listen, dog, I need $720 million. Guaranteed. Tomorrow. You got me throwing Devin Duvernay and you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
And Deshaun Jackson for 42 seconds.
You see, CJ, that's why we right here, because I'm 100% here for any type of Josh Allen slander that you want to throw out there. Like, bro, just that warms my heart. It makes me happy. Because I too am a Josh Allen hater. I too think that he does not deserve the praise that he gets, and I too think that he is massively overrated.
He was calling him Aaron Rodgers last season. They said he's the next one. So all right.
I feel like every time they do that, it just jinxes them, and they don't end up doing anything. Like, I remember when they were calling Carson Wentz the next Tom Brady, like his rookie year, and the year we went to the Super Bowl, and then the next year is like, hey, you got screws in your leg, Lieutenant Dan. What's going on with you?
Oh, bueno.
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Be Joseph Burrow.
Yes.
Should be the Burrow's the truth. Yeah. Good luck to you guys. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? We'll give you a contract next year, I promise. Super chat, right? The super chat was
let's get to the super chat.
You know what I'm saying?
You're just gonna ask me? You're not gonna pull the super chat up? You're not gonna scroll your ass back up there and find it? Super chat gang. What is your all-time Mount Rushmore of the NBA? Who wants to take this one?
Threeses, and threeses. Because he spits hot fire. All right.
My man.
Let me be real. Let me go. You know, of course, I'm gonna have Steph up there because you know what I'm saying. I'm a Warriors fan, lifelong. Of course, Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have I gotta have Bron there because you know he got the most points ever. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like. And I think fourth. You know what I mean? Don't kill me, but my fourth is Shaq. You know what I mean? That's my four. You know what I mean?
Let's see. I'm gonna go Curry, Kobe, Magic, and Bron.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Like shit.
That's a good
Michael
one.
Jordan, I appreciate you for getting $10
I
million
like that
to
for a
the
lot,
rich
actually.
kids. Love you, nigga.
Yo, I'm not mad at that, bro.
Yeah.
You got one?
Oh yeah.
Again.
Kobe, MJ. Let me see. Kobe, MJ, probably. Even though I think like some of them numbers was inflated, Wilt, and like, bro, when you like, if you have any coverage whatsoever, you got a radio broadcast, anything, I'll believe it. But there's like no evidence whatsoever. Like, I don't know if 100 points really happened. Like, bro, that's not like
on the court and off the court, he got inflated numbers.
Yo, hey. Let me see what I said. Well, I'll finish it off with
Black
Magic.
dude line.
You know,
uncle.
Magic could play literally any position on the court. Like, you put him anywhere, and he just like efficiently work for you.
Yeah. Look at that, man. CG Nation. Hey, he said the same thing I said. MJ, Curry, Magic, and Bron. Let's see. Oh no. I said Kobe instead of MJ. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So Anwar says MJ, Bron, Kobe, Magic, Duncan. That's 5. Let's see. Ken says, while we're in P3SPN, y'all see that half-court shot Miz made at the celebrity game. Yes, and the Miz saw it too, which means he's going to remind us all.
Yeah, let's get to all weekend.
For sure. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice
Draymond to WrestleMania.
He was sick too. Yeah. Still celebrating.
I'm telling you. Yeah, it's a nice little move over into All-Star Weekend.
WrestleMania confirmed. Hey yo, that NBA All-Star game was the worst NBA All-Star game I've ever watched in my life. Now you see what happens. You see the threes effect. You see now it's not real cute. You know what I'm saying? When everybody else is shooting hella threes. See, because I remember 1 year ago to the date when Steph was in there shooting, he hit 16 threes, and then that was the most exciting shit that everybody. And they were doing the exact same thing. They said that it was 3-pointers, dunks, and layups were 94% of the shots taken in the All-Star game.
Jesus Christ!
Think about that shit. There was only 6% of regular jumpers.
What? Hey, the game has changed, my boy.
Like, I feel like they were doomed themselves for All-Star Weekend, and I feel like it fell flat and good because of the things that they had going on. They had a certain nasty guy who used to deliver mail pop up.
You see, it's on the banner for the. You know what I'm saying?
He was literally there. I've been slandering Karl Malone for years upon years upon years upon years, and to see people finally reciprocating that slander. Because I remember I used to talk shit about Karl Malone all the time, and people like, why you like Karl Malone? Why you like Karl Malone? I'm like, bro, Karl Malone came to the Lakers, was supposed to win a championship, right? Supposed to win a championship with the Lakers, and fucked it up because he a weirdo. You a weirdo, bro. You was a weirdo in college when you was doing nasty stuff. You were a weirdo when you came to the Lakers. Literally, the first thing you did before you even got officially signed was harassing Kobe Bryant's wife. You literally popped up and was like, hey, when Kobe called you out on it, you were like, hey, man, you know how I be. You know how I get down in these streets. And then Kobe was like, hey, bro, I'm going to call your wife. And then you got a completely different story. Like, bro, and you know what? That's not even the worst shit that Karl Malone did. Like, Karl Malone was out here, doing nasty stuff when he was in college. He was a whole pedophile in college. And the fact that he's now come out with a statement acknowledging it and literally telling people like, hey, bro, that's my business, and I'll deal with it when I want to deal with it. And y'all can't keep bringing this up and throwing it in my face. I'm like, I can throw it in your face till the end of time, bro. Until the end of fucking time, bro.
Yeah, because you're a piece of garbage. You know what I'm saying? I wish Ice-T was there. Fame just to say over there, and it just you're a walking SVU episode and a deadbeat dad. Like, you can go all the way to hell. The only Malone we acknowledge it is Mike Malone. You know what I'm saying? He said that the game was terrible. So,
and the other thing, the NBA, bro, y'all got to stop inviting that man back. He's not important enough for you to invite him to these top the top 75 players that they did. Yeah. They had him there. I think I can't remember or not if he's on the 2K games. I don't remember if he's on them, but y'all can't keep inviting this man, doing business with this man when each and every one of y'all knows how he gets down, and then put out these statements and act like y'all on the side of everybody. Like, yo, you can't keep doing that. It's nasty work.
Gross.
And he's not. Nobody cares about him either. Nobody even no one thought about Karl Malone or Look, Lauri Markkanen is going to save Utah. Shout out to Lauri Markkanen. You know what I mean? maybe he'll bring prominence back to Utah. You know what I mean? But also All-Star Weekend, we figured out that white man can jump. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Matt McClung. You know what I'm saying? Wiz legend for 3.5 weeks this year.
You gonna have Lynn Sanford?
For the people. Hey yo, for people who don't know about Mac, you know what I'm saying? I'm a high school mixtape, you know what I'm saying, watching, like he had, like him and Zion came out the same year, and him and Zion were doing some amazing shit each game, every single, like it's crazy. Like he's a little folk legend. And it was good to see the dunk contest. Like, he hit the 540.
Riff Raff is his cousin. This is true.
You're a lot.
Riff Raff and Mac McClung are cousins.
Yo.
He was born for this. He was bred for this.
Dog.
Yo, man.
Shout out to Mac.
Toeing in my
bro, they said that, bro. He got signed by Philly. He got a Puma deal, and he won the dunk contest. You say he got $100,000.
CJ, I got a quick question for you. Do you think like it's hurting the slam dunk contest by not having like big names in it anymore, or do you think like
nah, because the biggest names in the NBA aren't the best dunkers. You know what I'm saying? Like not every Josh not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Even though he'll somebody, but you won't put a beam on the backboard.
For Phil,
John ain't gonna do it.
USA Today, high school sports. Riff Raff says his high-flying cousin could take LaMelo Ball. Oh, gotta believe it. It's on Vlad TV. You gotta believe it. It's on Vlad. You gotta believe Vlad TV.
Oh, man.
Hey, you want to talk about sources? You want to talk about sources? P3 got sources. Vlad TV. You know what I'm talking about? Salute to Vlad. Keeping it true, honest for the hip-hop culture.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Shout out to man. Oh, we can end it right here. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't really give a damn about this damn fight. Jake Paul and Tommy Fury are gonna have a little brother mid-off in boxing. Yeah, that's finally gonna happen because y'all keep playing with Jake, even though he's a piece of garbage. He's really out there beating motherfuckers up.
You telling me Logan Paul gonna be back? Giving him a pep talk, you feel me? Gaming him up for the fight like this.
Nobody believes in you. What are you prepared to do about it? Don't let no one come into your house, take your meal, do what you need to do today. I'm not nervous. I'm just telling.
Maybe, I don't know. Who knows?
He gets beat up. He gets beat up by Seth Rollins in the back on there too. You know what I'm saying? Better fit that on there too.
There you go.
Seth got to pop up.
NFL Combine this week.
Oh, yeah, in the Combine this week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shout out to the teams with top picks, you know what I'm saying? AKA me and Graham. We get to see our futures going on. Like, I don't know what the hell we're supposed to be getting. I think we might be trading that damn pick.
Oh, man. Listen, let's have a conversation like we did last year. Let's make something work, man. Yeah, man. Well, my man's Aaron Rodgers is back from his darkness retreat. All right, man. Let's get up out of here, dog. This has been great. Listen, 250 episodes. Ryan Satin came through, kicked it with the guys real quick, had a little chit-chat, little conversation. You feel me? This was good. This was fun. You guys have been amazing. We appreciate everybody that listens to the show, everybody that watches the show, everybody that supports over at patreon.com/public enemies. You're more than welcome to tap in over there. $3, $5, $10. Do what you want to do. Beat us there. Don't meet us there. And yeah, man. What else do we got? I think that'll do it. Oh, 5-year anniversary is coming up March 8th. We're going to be live here that night. So yeah, let's talk about over this next week how we're gonna celebrate the 5-year anniversary. You guys are all welcome to come and join us and kick it with us March 8th after Dynamite. But this year we're gonna figure out how to make some money, y'all, and we're gonna get to it and we're gonna make it happen. You feel me? But until then, please make sure you're following the squadron at the Enemies PE3 on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Linktree. Linktree, Public Enemies. That'll take you everywhere you need to be when you need to be there. I go by the name, oh my God, Graham, as I did say. Meet me there, don't meet me there. Follow the guy, public enemy #1. Ryan Satin unblocked me. You should follow me and tell your girlfriend to never mind.
Yo, Doug Hemmadome, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, that's me. Make sure you following me, follow the guys. Make sure you're following the Facebook group. You know what I'm saying? We still up there talking, you know what I'm saying? Tell your uncle to hop on and talk about the wrestlers that he used to hate. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, 250. I'm so proud of us.
Facts, bro. Like, you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at _Sonamizer_. Like what CJ said, if you're on Facebook, tap into that group. Definitely get your uncles, your aunties on it, because that seems like that's the only people that are still on Facebook. But y'all come back next week, holla at us, man.
Yes, sir. And with that said, like we always do at this time, please make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves and each other. And we out.
Fuck, man. Thank you, guys. I just want to say thank you all. And as always, fuck everybody else. I love y'all.